Businessman kills gunman in Christiana attack. 876 report. We keep you in the know. A businessman has been hospitalized after being attacked by gunmen in Christiana, Manchester on Wednesday night. During the gun battle, the business operator was able to kill one of his attackers. Eyewitness reports are that the businessman was shot in the neck during the attack and is now hospitalized. The police corporate communication unit has confirmed the incident. We can confirm one fatality, but we don't have any details at this time as the investigators are on the scene, a representative told. Reggae artist Ancient Warrior said he narrowly escaped death after he was chopped by a machete-wielding man after an argument developed over chicken at his home in Vanity Fair, Linstead, St. Catherine. The entertainer said he had just returned home last Wednesday when, upon entering his yard, he was approached by a man who begged him for a piece of chicken. So I turned to him and tell him, say I don't run any KFC in my yard, and why him asking me for chicken, knowing that I'm a Rastafarian. It was a styling thing, because him know me a Rasta and I don't eat chicken, he said. Ancient Warrior said an argument developed and the man told him a string of expletives and even insulted his mother. Him come up in my face and him drape me up. I'ma drape him up back. My neighbor come in between us and the man run off and say my go for him cutlass for cut off my neck. I take up my cutlass too. So when him run go for his, I take up mine and him see me with mine and him pause, he said. Ancient Warrior decided to quell the argument by dropping his machete and walking towards his house. I tell myself say it don't make any sense a fight and argue because I have my kids and career to live for. So I start to walk away. Next thing me hear, my neighbor shout out the man name and I look around and see the cutlass a come down on me. So I sight it and I saw the cutlass catch me on my shoulder and I chop off my head, he said. He stated that his attacker took another swing at him, but he ran. I was trying to run to the hospital, but I was bleeding so badly that I started to get weak. I ran to another neighbor of mine and tell him say me I dead and he must carry me to the hospital. It's a fire station ambulance took me to the Linstead hospital, he said. Ancient Warrior said that he was then transported in another ambulance to Spanish Town Hospital. He said that he spent another 5 days at the hospital where he underwent an operation on his shoulder. A report has been made to the Linstead police station. A man was shot dead after allegedly engaging the Trelawney police in a firefight in his community Wednesday afternoon. The police have identified the dead man as 37-year-old Hiram Hyde of a Bounty Hall Trelawney address. Reports are that acting upon information, a police team on patrol in Bounty Hall community about 4:15 p.m. was informed that a man was spotted tooting a handgun. Upon their arrival at the location, Hyde was seen on a premises armed with a handgun. When he was repeatedly ordered by the police to drop the firearm, he refused and instead reportedly opened gunfire at the police. The police say the fire was returned and the armed man ran into a nearby house. During a subsequent search of the house, the man who was later identified as Hyde was found suffering from gunshot wounds, clutching a Chrome Smith and a Western 9mm pistol containing 3 live 9mm rounds, the police said. The firearm was retrieved and the injured man rushed to the Falmouth Public Hospital where he was pronounced dead. One member of the police team also sustained injuries to the groin area as a result of a fall during the incident. Amid several calls and protests by residents for justice for the family of a man who was shot dead by police in Stewarttown, St. Mary on Monday, a parliamentarian has sought to bring calm to the tense area by stating that justice will flow like the River Nile. Member of Parliament for Western St. Mary Robert Montague has assured that the true facts of the fatal shooting will not be hidden. Savion Hines, a 28-year-old man who resided with his family in Stewarttown, was shot and killed by the police on Monday morning during a reported confrontation, according to reports from the law enforcers. The action led to a fiery two-day protest by residents who claimed that Hines was shot in cold blood.
We want justice! Kill the man and can't tell me what make. Yeah, keep him.
Understood that the officers involved in the shooting have been removed from frontline duties. Montague said there will be no attempt to cover the truth, no matter who to blame, who the blame is to drop on, whether it is right or left. It's justice, and justice will flow like River Nile, because the people need answers and the family needs closure, and as a country we need to resolve that, so we will long past these things, he said. To date, the only information presented on the incident by the Jamaica Constabulary Force is that Hines was shot during a confrontation with the police, and a 9mm pistol with an extended magazine was reportedly seized during the confrontation. But residents and relatives of Hines are contending that he was shot 6 times in cold blood. The police, however, have denied that claim. A man said to be a teacher who was arrested and charged by detectives at the Elliston Road Police Station in Kingston following an alleged brazen attempt at impersonating a police officer while armed with an illegal firearm and ammunition in February, has been granted bail in court. Troy Chambers, a 38-year-old resident of the Kingston 20 area, is charged with illegal possession of firearm, illegal possession of ammunition, and impersonating a police officer. The police had reported that on Thursday, February 6 at about 5 p.m., Chambers visited the Elliston Road Police Station and introduced himself as Sergeant of Police. He was in the company of another man who he reportedly claimed he had brought in to give a statement to the police. Chambers, who was said to have been noticeable in possession of a firearm, subsequently arose the suspicions of officers on duty at the station. He was then asked to produce his police identification card and his firearm license, which he failed to do. Chambers then reportedly admitted to the police that he was not a police officer, which led to his arrest and the seizure of the firearm, which he reportedly had in his possession, a Glock pistol with 18 rounds of ammunition. The next day, investigators visited his home at about 10:30 a.m. with a search warrant, and the following items were reportedly seized: 58 rounds of ammunition, 33 spent casings, 5 magazines, 1 handcuff, 1 Glock pistol case, 1 firearm license with the name Car Samuels, 2 hustlers, 1 magazine pouch, and 1 combat belt. Chambers was subsequently charged and placed before the court. Thank you for listening to 876 Report. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for further news.